Welcome back to Battle 2 of the night, 25th of the series. It pitches Kelvin Omachonu against Itunu Aziz. The issue at hand tonight, you'll hear in just a bit. A quick reminder, we're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 993. We're streaming live on the Nigeria Info YouTube channel, which you'll find embedded on our official Twitter handle. That's Nigeria Info, at Nigeria Info FM. You can follow through. We're streaming live on the Nigeria Info mobile app, and you can catch us there and ensure you do not miss a single thing. So take us everywhere you go, and we'll be there with you. We seem to have a number of entries which Tony will be looking at in just a bit as we go into this battle. Remember, you're going to have to vote via Twitter and via Facebook. There are 10 points for each of those portals, and then 20 via the phone calls. 60 points to the panel, shared evenly amongst Chidebere, Tony, and Sarafina. We'll come back to that in just a bit. So let's see, what is the topic for this battle tonight? Basic, simple. Is the Premier League the best league in Europe? Well, I wonder what is going on in your head right now. You probably have the answer off the bat. Is the Premier League the best league in Europe? I don't know what Itunu thinks in real life. I have no clue what Kelvin thinks in real life. But we took yes and no and put it in a blind raffle dip for these individuals to pick. Itunu picked yes. Kelvin picked no. They will defend those positions right now, whether they believe it or not. Let's give them the opportunity to open their argument. Starting with Kelvin. You are contestant number 1. You say no. The Premier League is not the best league in Europe. 1 minute, Kelvin, to open your argument. It starts now.
When a caterpillar aspires to grow very big, but then it can never ever be bigger than an elephant. And the Premier League is a very good league, but then it's not the best in the world. I take you to how the trophies have gone in the last few seasons. The Premier League pride themselves that they are the toughest league in Europe among the top 5 leagues. But then you look at how the trophies have gone in the last 5 seasons. In 4 of the last 5 seasons, Manchester City have claimed the last 4 of the last 5 Premier League titles. You also have to look at the fact that the likes of Serie A and La Liga, 3 teams have shared the leagues in these two leagues. And also have to look at the fact that in Italy, 3 different teams have won the league in 3 different years. And also take you to the issue of officiating. At the last World Cup, there was no single Premier League referee in the World Cup. There was no single one. But you come here to tell me that the Premier League is the best league. And also, at the upcoming World Cup in Qatar, there will be no VAR referee from the Premier League. And you come here and you want to tell me that the Premier League is the best league in top 5 league. I mean, rest, please.
Opening comments already done. That was Kelvin. His opponent is Itunu. He is arguing that the Premier League is the best league in Europe. Again, their positions do not reflect what they believe. They are defending positions they picked blindly. So when you vote, vote based on who impressed you more on the night. You've heard Kelvin. Now you get to hear Itunu. Itunu, you've got 1 minute to open your arguments. It starts now.
Good evening once again to the beautiful gang. I haven't come here to tell you anything about whether Premier League is the best, but I have come to educate you more. I'll break football eras into 4. The financial era, the pure talent era, the total football era, and the what? Entertainment era. Now, the Premier League stands tall above all the rest in these eras, with a whopping £13.1 million contributing to the British economy. You know it is not just football, it is about sustenance. With averaging 13.1 viewers across board in just a match like, for example, West Ham and Tottenham. That is half the population of Lagos State. You can do the statistics yourself. It was Liverpool and Manchester United. Producing the first Ballon d'Or winner in Stanley Matthews in 1957. You know that the Premier League also is a ground for harvesting raw talent. Well, dear friends, there are tussles which in the course of this conversation you will understand. The UEFA coefficient isn't just there. The Premier League isn't just sitting down there for 5 straight seasons. There is a reason. We'll be back and let's have fun.
It looks like we are going to have some fun tonight.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Oh, dear. Okay. Opening arguments, impressive. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Femi,
Thank you.
Femi, are you ready?
I feel like somebody will punch themselves.
Femi, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready for this one.
Okay.
I hope. But that was breathtaking start on the part of these two individuals. I'm ready to be educated. We are going to take a break. Let's drink water on top of this. And then when we come back, they go head to head, God helping. We'll need fire services, please stand by just in case they'll try to burn our studio. But I expect that it will be feisty. We'll try to keep it under control. But it looks like we'll have a robust debate. Right after we come back, it's Fan Battle Season 3. We have Femi and the gang. Tony's here. Sarafina is here. Chidebere is here. Let's do this in just a few minutes. Battle 26 in the series, Battle 2 for the night. It pits Kelvin up against Itunu. You heard their opening arguments. It's time to go head to head in the battle. We're streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. You'll get to vote on the live stream itself. Just beneath the topic, you'll see their names, Kelvin and Itunu. Click on one to vote for that person. We're streaming live on YouTube, and you'll find that one embedded on our Twitter handled at Nigeria Info FM. Click on the link to view us on YouTube if you choose. If you cannot, view us on WhatsApp. What did I say WhatsApp? Facebook, I meant. And you get to vote also on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. There will be a poll. You cannot miss it. Is it Kelvin? Is it Itunu? Both of them Barcelona fans. Both of them trying to decide whether the Premier League is the best in Europe. Kelvin said no, it is not the best. Itunu said yes, it is. And in their introductory comments, they told us why they were so convinced. What will the 2 or so minutes of head-to-head battles throw up? We'll find out soon enough. We'll give them 1 minute to close their argument afterwards. It looks like it's a long night. When you vote, remember, forget about whether you think the Premier League is the best league in Europe or not. Concentrate on Kelvin and Itunu. Vote only for the one who impressed you more on the night, whether you agree with that one or not. If that is clear, and if I have the permissions of panel of judges and my colleagues, Tony, Sarafina, and Chidebere, we will proceed to the head-to-head. Are we good to go, gentlemen and lady?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Kelvin, Itunu, are you guys ready?
Yes.
For 2 minutes, let the battle continue.
Well, I'm tempted to want to laugh in Spanish when you say that the first person to win the Ballon d'Or was from the Premier League. I mean, which league has produced the last 5 Ballon d'Or winners? Please tell me. Now, chill. Be a gentleman. Thank you, God bless you. Now, I'm going to tell you that the highest attendance in Spain for a La Liga game was the Clásico 32 years ago, 120,000 fans.
Beautiful.
When a game in England beats that, come and tell me.
I really wish this was Morning Crossfire. I would have given you answers to all your questions.
Well,
when we talk about football, we need to look at the greatest coaches of all time that have gone across different leagues.
Okay.
According to Jose Mourinho, he said, and I tell you, There is no league as tough as the Premier League. You don't come to the Premier League and score 125 points or 100 goals.
Wow.
That was
Because
before
it
my
is hard?
calm
Is it
down.
because it is
Calm
hard?
down,
Okay,
calm down,
talk,
calm down.
talk.
This is
Sorry.
great Jose Mourinho that has coached La Liga,
Okay.
Italian Serie A, and what? Chelsea in the Premiership. Okay, if you don't agree with Mourinho based on his aggression, what about Don Carlo Ancelotti? He said, and I quote once again, the English Premier League is the toughest league to win. Why? Unlike the Italian Serie A.
He scored 32 goals in his first season.
That is because
The
Mohamed
Premier
Salah
League
is a
that is
genius. Have you forgotten Mohamed Salah won back-to-back African Player of the Year?
Was one of the
Who
best
else will do that if you don't play in the Premier League?
Hazard, one of your best players in the Premier League, went to La Liga. He is struggling till today.
What will you say about Cristiano Ronaldo? What will you say about Michael
performed in
Owen?
the Premier League.
What would you say about
What
Michael Owen?
Michael Owen
What will you say about David
do
Beckham?
at Real Madrid? What did he do?
David Beckham became the most expensive player at one time.
Forget most expensive player.
Bale was once the most expensive player at one time.
Ousmane Dembele was bought for over 120 million pounds. What did he do at Barca?
What is his worth
What did he do at Barca?
Ousmane Dembele's worth is how
You are
much
telling
today?
you are talking about money,
Calm
and I'm
down.
telling you.
I have answered your question, but you haven't given me one single answer.
I'll give you an answer. You said that Michael Owen was one of the most expensive players moving to Real Madrid.
In 2015.
What did he do?
In 2015, who won the Champions League?
Dembele.
In 2015, who won the Champions League?
I don't know.
You won't know, but the
Tell me,
world
tell
will
me.
never forget Leicester City.
Leicester City.
And the eighth wonder
What
of the
did they
world.
do?
What happened?
What did they do?
What happened in 2015?
What did they do?
Leicester City came from the
That was a one-off.
and
Man
it was
City-
a
Man
one-off
City
which
were
can
down.
never happen in any other league.
It can never happen in any
Tell me
other
one league
league.
that has done
Atletico
that.
Madrid, they won the league 2 seasons ago.
Atletico Madrid went to Champions League final back to back. Does that make them a little team?
That was a one-off. Leicester City was a one-off. See, okay, Remo Stars
Calm down,
are
Kelvin.
looking to qualify.
Calm down,
Remo
Kelvin.
Stars are
Calm
looking
down,
to
calm
qualify
down.
for the Champions
you
League
are
this
a
season.
businessman,
Does that make the
if you are a
Nigerian Professional League one of the best
Kelvin,
leagues in the world? Does that make the Nigerian Professional League one of the best leagues in the world?
Wait. I'll give you
Continue.
time. If you are a businessman, one of the most important things is to satisfy all your customers without getting to every places. Do you know what they call the GMT? The Premier League is the only league that is well structured that no matter wherever you are, you can watch Premiership according to the same time as we do in Nigeria. Even if you are in California. Calm down.
Do you know that the two richest
Will
teams
you
in the
get home
world?
8 p.m. in the night and wait for a La Liga match that will start by 11 o'clock when you have to resume office by 6 a.m. in the morning?
I mean, we do it for love. We do it for love. I mean, you can't call
Give me one match.
yourself
Give
a
me
football
one
fan.
match. We do it for love. I know.
You can't call
Everything
yourself
is
a
passion.
football fan
We are both
if you cannot
Barcelona
stay
fans.
up.
We are
If you
both
cannot stay
Barcelona
up, watch a
fans.
game.
But give me one La Liga match that you have waited 11 p.m. to
Why
watch.
wouldn't you watch?
Give me one.
I
Just
mean,
give me one.
when
Then
you
I'll
see
answer for you.
Valencia
Give
versus
me one.
Real Betis
Look at
playing,
what you said,
you know that is
Valencia.
a feisty game.
Valencia, you're embarrassing me.
Am I embarrassing you?
Don't embarrass La Liga. Don't call Valencia.
Valencia
Please don't
are one
embarrass
of
La
the
Liga.
best teams
If
in La
you
Liga.
don't touch
Valencia
them-
have a European trophy.
Who is the coach of Valencia?
Valencia have a European
Who is
trophy.
the coach of Valencia?
Who is the coach of
Then I'll
Nottingham
give you
Forest? Who is the
five-
coach of
then I'll
Nottingham
give you
Forest?
five
Who
great
is the coach of
coaches
Nottingham
in La Liga.
Forest now?
Antonio
Who
Conte
is
has
the coach of
dominated any
Nottingham?
league he went to. He's the coach of Tottenham. What is his name again? In Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel has won the Champions League, dominating anywhere he has
when he
went
came to when he
Calm
came to
down.
when he came
And
to
our
Real
own
Madrid.
favourite as
What did
Barcelona
Mourinho do when he came to Real
Pep
Madrid? How many
Guardiola.
times did he win the
He
league?
came to Premiership.
Guardiola dominated it.
Did
He
you
was
know what he
popping
said?
at people's eyes.
Did you know
That
what
was
he
the only
said?
thing he could do.
Even after dominating Premier League, do you know what Pep Guardiola said?
Your Papa that he
Pep
said is one of the
Guardiola
best
said
players to play
he
your
has
Premier
been
League.
to-
Would like to hear you.
Salon Dior doesn't have
We are
Ballon
shouting,
d'Or.
Kelvin.
When
Don't
was the
let
last
them
time?
send us
Okay,
out.
when was the last time?
Calm
When was the
down,
last
calm
time
down.
a Premier League player
Don't shout,
won the
don't
Ballon
shout.
d'Or?
When was the last time a Premier League player won a Ballon d'Or?
Yes, I can tell you that the last time a Premier League
Calm
player
down
won
now.
Ballon d'Or, I did not
Do
have
you
a
know who they
girlfriend.
call
I did not have a
Stalin
girlfriend.
in
I don't even want to
Open
go
the
to party.
place for
I don't
every
want to
other
go to
league.
party.
Michael Owen
Do you
has
know
won
that?
it. Cristiano Ronaldo has won it.
Since when?
Cristiano Ronaldo has won it.
When? Tell me now,
You asked
please.
me how many
Okay, I'm
players
asking
and
you
I've
when.
given you all the answers.
When?
Isn't it?
When did you win
Isn't
it?
it?
When did you win it?
I've answered you.
The last player
At
that
least
won the Ballon
you
d'Or,
know you
which
won
country
it.
did it come from?
The person wey win am
Which
today
league?
and the
Which
person wey win am the day wey they
The
create
player
am
that
we
is
both
the
won
player
it.
that is likely to
Did
win
you
it
agree
now.
or not?
Which
Calm
league is
down,
it from?
calm down now.
The player that
The
is likely
person
to
wey
win
win
it
am
from.
today wey win am 5 times and the person wey win am 1 times would the trophy be different?
What are you saying?
I'm asking a question. You are telling me about Ballon d'Or. Would the Ballon d'Or that they gave Stanley Matthew in 1957 be different from the one they gave Messi?
Are you kidding me?
I'm asking a question.
Are you even
If you
kidding
tell
me?
me it's different, no
Are
problem.
you
I will
kidding
even
me?
vote for you.
Because he was the first
Tell me
person.
it is different and I will vote for you.
Because he was the first person to win the Ballon d'Or.
What are we
Are you
now
trying
saying?
to wait? Because he
What
was the
are we
first
now
person to win the
saying?
Ballon d'Or.
What are we now
That means
saying?
the Premier League is the best.
I
What
tell you
if I
one
tell
thing
you?
again.
What if I tell you that in the last 20
Which
years,
game would you
in the
prefer
last
to
20
watch?
years,
A
15
Valencia
players have
versus
come
Levante
from
or a
the
Tottenham
La Liga
versus
that have
Arsenal?
won the Ballon d'Or. 15 players from the La Liga have won the Ballon d'Or.
Normal. It is
It's
expected.
normal. It is expected.
Yes,
And you can go
come here and tell me that the Premier League is the best thing.
everything. That's what
The
you
league
don't
give you
know.
everything. Will the league give you entertainment at the same time money?
Which
at the same time
Can you watch Burnley versus Brentford? Can you watch Burnley versus Brentford? Say your chop man, don't be lying here because you're lying. Can you watch Burnley versus Brentford?
When they started my
Can you watch Burnley versus Brentford? Answer me now, please. I'm begging you. I'm kneeling down. I'm begging you.
Only the Premier League.
Be a child of God. Answer me now, please.
We are both children of God. But on the streets of banter, I don't know you, my friend.
Mention 5.
It's as simple as that. Don't laugh. I'm telling you the reality.
Can you watch Burnley
on the
versus
streets of banter,
Brentford?
I'm not your friend.
Can you?
Forget about
Can you watch
that.
Burnley versus
I
Brentford?
broke my
Answer my
football
question,
for you.
sir, please.
Can I watch?
Burnley versus Brentford.
Do you hear what I said?
Can you mention
In
the
an
starting
average
11 of
Premier
Burnley?
League match,
Can you
in
mention
an-
Burnley starting 11?
How many questions do you want me to answer?
Yeah, talk.
You have never answered my own. I've
Sorry.
answered at
Oh
least
yeah,
5
now
of your
talk
own.
now.
Don't beg.
You
Don't
answer
beg.
me well.
You are, I'm here to teach you. Calm down.
You
calm
cannot
down.
teach me. You cannot teach me.
Should I answer or not?
You can-
Or do you want a
Oh,
score?
yeah, ask me your question.
Which one did you want?
Ask me your question.
I told you just now that an
Wow. I broke all the rules today. That battle went on for 6 minutes. 6 minutes. All right. And it didn't feel like 6 minutes, yeah?
Femi,
Yeah.
why did you bring this to people for?
I don't know. From the Zanga.
Perfect. Because this is what Zangas do.
This is like Zazu. Zazu.
I tell you.
All right, guys. Okay. That could go on and on. It looks like a final before a final, huh?
Femi, if you know people they argue football on the street.
Oh, for viewing center. They don't argue, tire.
They know the corners.
Oh, dear. All right, guys. It is not decision time because they have to close their arguments. I'll give you 1 minute each to close your arguments, and then it will be decision time. The lines are buzzing already. People want to. It's not time to vote yet. So, it's Kelvin who talked first versus Itunu who talked second in the opening. During the head-to-head, well, I hope you were able to distinguish them from each other. It was Kelvin, both of them Barcelona fan, who Kelvin is saying the Premier League is not the best in Europe. It's Itunu who is saying it is the best, and all those analogies. I'll give them this 1 minute each to close so that you can be able to identify the voice and put a name to it. We'll start with contestant 1 for the night, Kelvin Omachonu, and then we will go to Itunu Aziz. Kelvin, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. And please, no interruption, Mr. Itunu. Your 1 minute, Kelvin, starts now.
Well, if you want to know how good your child is, you cannot be keeping your child in your house and be giving an exam. Yeah, what is this? What is this? What is this? Then you see your child is the best. You take him to where other children are gathered. Now, the Premier League in Europe, what have they done? What have they done in the last 20 years? 10 of the last 20 UEFA Champions Leagues have gone to Spanish teams. Now, they now said, okay, you people cannot win Champions League. Okay, let us give you people Europa. Go and win Europa. Now, 12 of the Spanish teams have 12 Europa titles, while English teams have just 8. Now, we cannot forget how Villarreal disgraced Man United at 2 years ago. We cannot forget how Sevilla under Unai Emery then destroyed Liverpool 3-1 in the final. And you come here to tell me that the Premier League is the best league. Now, I'm also going to tell you that in the last 20 years, and like I told you before, 15 players, even the Serie A has more Ballon d'Ors than the Premier League. The Serie A has 3 Ballon d'Or winners, and you're telling me Premier League that has just one in the last 20 years. You're coming here to tell me no, please. The only award that the Premier League has is the Ballon d'Or and not the Ballon d'Or. Thank you.
It is done. Kelvin's argument is done and dusted. Yep, it's out of his hands now. He's done his best. And thank you for the acknowledgement. This has been a battle and a half, and yet it is not done. For the final comments, closing arguments of Itunu Aziz, I will reset the clock to a minute. Itunu, are you ready?
Definitely.
Go.
There is no league in the world that will give you everything you demand in football. But one thing is for sure, based on population, without discriminating any gender, even age, as long as talking football is concerned, No one would remember who won the Champions League in 2015, just like you couldn't answer. But they will never forget what Leicester did, rising from its ruins. People may forget who won the Ballon d'Or in 2019, but they will never forget the annihilation of Crystal Palace by Liverpool with 7-2. My dear friend, it is understandable that 70% of Nigerians today, when you ask them all these simple questions, they won't remember. But on the streets of banter, like I tell you, you and I won't stand discussing who won what and when, but we will always remember the heavy score lines, even the comedic commentaries and refereeing by the referee that you just mentioned now. Most importantly, how they made us feel. These are the things we will take forever to wherever we go in the afterlife. And I end my conversation this night reminding you one thing. Just like Maximus has said in the movie Gladiator. Kelvin, are you not entertained? This is the majestic of the Premier League. Thank you.
And hence, we rest our case. It is time to decide. And I'm beginning to suspect this will be one of the hardest battles to officiate so far. So what will it be? Have you voted yet on Facebook and Twitter? Or are you still trying to make up your mind? I understand. I'm sure the panel are actually still trying to make up their mind. We will see how that goes. First, we'll go to the phone lines. If we can find a maximum of 7 people who have made up their minds already, and that will be for 20 percentage points. The other 20 is on Facebook and Twitter, split 10-10. 60 of those points are in the hands of these thoroughly entertained jury members here. Tony, Sarafina, and Chidebere, and I'm just assuming they are thoroughly entertained. Maybe they are not. We will know in time. So to the phone lines we go. Twitter handle at Nigeria Info FM. Go and vote. Facebook page Nigeria Info 99.3. Go and vote. We are streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, on the mobile Nigeria Info mobile app. We're streaming live everywhere. You cannot miss it. 0700 993 993 993. That's the general line. The special line for ladies only, 01465 7190. 01465 7190. Tony, who votes first on the night? No, they are not ready. Hi there. Good evening to you.
Hi, good evening.
Welcome. How are you today?
Yes, this is Peculiar calling back.
Welcome.
Now, Peculiar. This is what we call a fan battle. I was entertained. I was impressed. In fact, the way I was laughing, but my vote goes to Kelvin. Thank you.
Thank you, Peculiar. Kelvin takes the first vote.
Femi and the gang.
How are you, my brother?
I am very, very, very fine. This is Mr. Frank from Alaba.
Welcome, my brother.
This is fan battle. Fan battle. I confirm this. Are you getting it? But I don't know who will go first in your soldiers in the house today. I will list. I want to give it to Itunu so that it will be 1-1.
Okay, 1-1. Even the voters are now partisan. Interesting. Hi there. Talk to me.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
This is fine. This is Tracy calling from the country.
Welcome.
Wow.
You had the battle.
Wow.
How do you vote?
The battle was really fun. It was really fun. Both of them, they really try. In fact, I'm so confused. But I'll give it to Itunu. Why? Because I like the way the opening and his closing remark. I like it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Itunu leads 2-1. Hi there.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening and welcome. Let's meet you.
Yeah, this is Mr. Ernest calling from Ikeja.
Mr. Ernest from Ikeja.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I want to give my vote to Mr. Kevin. He tried very well. Most of them actually tried, but I'm giving it to Kevin.
Kelvin takes your vote. Thank you. 4 votes now, 2-2 between them. This is vote number 5.
The first set of people came with boxing gloves. These ones now, they want to finish me with. Sarafina, this is your male voice friend, Adeshewa from the crew.
Adeshewa, it's been a while. Welcome.
It's been a while. So my vote goes to Itunu. I'm really impressed.
Itunu takes your vote and he leads 3-2. Thank you, Adeshewa. Appreciate it.
Word.
Yes, you are voter number 6.
I was literally jumping on my feet.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm excited. I'm happy. This is what I've been looking for. If you see their facial expression, I was watching them on YouTube. I was so happy. Oh God, their laughter, their expression, they were just going at each other. Oh my God.
Who won it for you?
Itunu
takes it. Itunu takes it. Thank you very much. We had to stay with you. We couldn't douse your excitement. Yeah. Okay. You are our 7th voter. We already have 6. We'll have a decision, but let's hear you.
If I were in Kevin shoot, there are many points to defeat, very, very many points. You can say that, like, England have 14 UCL titles, and Real Madrid have won 14 UCL titles. Messi has scored all the top 6, 10 goals. I will go for
Itunu will take your vote. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. Gentlemen, that was something. It deserves yet another round of applause. And that applause is shared by our voters. We took 7. 6 had sufficed. At 6 votes, Itunu was leading by 4-2. The 7th also went into Itunu's way, which will make it 5-2, but it doesn't really matter. Itunu, congratulations. You win the first 20 points. But that is only 20% of the job. There are 80 points left here. Social media is voting. Have you voted yet? Go right now at Nigeria Info FM and click. You'll see the tweet at the top. Click for either Kelvin or Itunu. 15 minutes are left, and it is one of the closest voting patterns I've seen at this point. So go and make your voices heard at Nigeria Info FM. Is it Kelvin? Is it Itunu? We have way over 100 votes already. Let's see how it goes. Also on Facebook, on the official live stream, Nigeria Info 99.3, you will see the live stream. You will see the topic at the bottom, just by the chyron there. And beneath the topic, you will see their names, Kelvin and Itunu. You only need to click on one name to vote for that name. I don't know how this is going to go, but maybe for once, maybe Twitter and Facebook will be split. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel so.
Let's see how it goes. Panel, judges, friends, gentlemen, lady, it's now time to vote.
Femi, can we have both of them, please?
Maybe after we vote.
Because it was indeed this. Okay, we need to go in for that break now?
Yeah, we are a minute away from a break.
Okay, so no need for me to give my long analysis. It was a very, very entertaining one. But I think I would have to stick with the young man talking about Itunu. The closing credits was it for me, giving us that Shakespeare kind of vibes, you know. And he said, "Are you not entertained?" That's it for me.
So he takes Sarafina's vote and he leads 40-0 at this point. There are still 60 points to vote for. Itunu only needs one more panelist. One more panelist and it will be over. It will be interesting to see how this develops. We'll take a break first before we go to Chidebere, who dragged the mic and decided he was going to go this time. When we come back, we'll hear from Chidebere and, of course, Tony, right after this time out. Final leg of Battle Night 13. The 25th and 26th Battle of 47. much distance still to cover. It goes all the way to the 20th now. Yes, the promotion says 15th. It's been extended to the 20th. We'll let you know more about that in the days ahead. And you can be a part of it, whether you are in big business or small business. And you just want to use, give some of what you do, your services, your goods, to some of these contestants. You are welcome to bring and be a part of it. Be supporters and proud sponsors of Fan Battle Season 3. Prize monies, additions and all of that are welcome. So are your products and services. And if there is anybody you've seen so far in the battle that you would like to pick for ambassadorial reasons, branding reasons, feel free to get across and we'll see that through. Okay. Just before we went on that break, Sarafina gave her verdict. It was an abridged verdict in view of the time. And that took Itunu to 40 percentage points. Claire, Kelvin, yet to get any. The Voice and Chidebere have not voted yet, meaning we still have 40 votes on the panel and 20 on social media. Let's go to you, gentlemen, Chidebere, and of course, Tony. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, Femi.
Go ahead.
Well, it just keeps getting better, right? I remember myself some days ago saying this was my best battle, especially when the last guy who made me fall down. I'm just surprised that clip is not on social media yet. But this one was strong. One of the best battles of Fan Battle. I'm sure tomorrow we'll have another battle that's even better. But this one was solid. Itunu brought the fire, Kelvin brought the fire, and they met halfway. So it's a thing of thin margins. Very very close margins separating them. I like the fact that Itunu, he said a lot of really nice things, and he dropped some really good lines as well. Kevin as well, talking about the Ballon d'Or coming from places like Spain and other places. Close one.
Close your eyes and vote.
I'm going to give my vote to Kelvin, and not for any particular reason, just so that there can be a bit of competition. Because both of them are on the same. I can't say one outdid the other. Though I would state that Kelvin could do more by not trying to copy. I tried to copy the other guys who used the Salon d'Or thing. I mean, I'm not sure that word really existed until that guy.
I think it's more of a slang right now.
It's a slang. It's actually.
Oh, it's a street slang.
I've even seen an article.
Okay.
On Salon d'Or.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I didn't know about, but he used it, and he used it like
even
twice.
Even the guy who used it, I had posted in one of the groups that he posted an article and said, I didn't make it up. See, there's an article about Pogba that calls him Salon d'Or.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I was thinking maybe perhaps it was something he took away from the other guy. I've forgotten his name now. But yes, like I said, I'm not giving my vote to Kelvin because he's better than Itunu, to be honest. I'm just giving it to him because both of them, the effort, they gave great effort. I can't start picking. I think they had a perfect argument, so I don't want to start picking and say they could have done this better or done that. I thought I'm not sure they could have done any, but maybe if you go down to the little lines, you can now say this. But I really don't want to go down to the little lines because of his efforts, and so far he's not gotten any points. I think that's not fair. Now I'm being very sentimental now, and I'm saying,
which is allowed.
Yeah, which is allowed. And I'm saying I'll give Kelvin the points. I'll make it go down the wire. Itunu has 40. I'll give Kelvin 20 because I thought they were head on head, neck on neck, right through it all. And yes, though I've forgotten. I'm trying to remember some of the things Itunu said, which were very catchy. He talked about Leicester City. I think when he mentioned Leicester City the first time he mentioned Leicester,
Kelvin was a bit, shaken. He didn't know how to, because he gave him Leicester City and he didn't know how to defend that.
Yeah, that's when he asked him who won the Champions League in 2015. And the guy said, I don't know. Whether he doesn't know or...
But you remember
I'm not going to play your game and answer your question. And it worked for him.
Yeah.
Oh, you won't know.
But you remember Leicester City. Yeah. Okay. And, he had some really great points. On the normal day, I'll give it to Itunu. But like I said, I'll give it to Kelvin because I appreciate the efforts. I feel that he brought the fight as well, just as much as Itunu brought. But maybe when you go down to the fine margins, you can now say perhaps Itunu was a bit ahead. But for the sake of Kelvin's effort, both of them brought equal amount of effort. I'll give it to Kelvin just to move forward.
All right. Now, maybe I'll break precedent now. Tony, do you vote or do we go to social media first? It's 40-20, Itunu leading. I know you are in yes, Itunu leading against Kelvin. I know you are in a quandary now. Have you made up your mind as to who you want to vote for?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's take a look at what social media is saying.
Okay. So, Twitter with almost 300 votes.
That's a record, by the way.
Yeah. And you're going to put yourself under more pressure by the time we're done with social media and everything will now rest on your shoulders. Are you ready to go?
Like Merlin.
Like Merlin.
That's a good position.
And Arthur doesn't mind. So, do you want to go to social media first or you want to vote first?
Social media.
Okay. Let's go to Twitter.
Right.
Votes final.
Well, the results are Don and Kelvin. Well, Kelvin sweeps Twitter with 55.2%.
More like edges. That's close.
Pardon. To Itunu's 44.8%. As a matter of fact, Itunu was leading until the final few seconds.
Yeah.
And Kelvin,
I saw that.
It was crazy.
Yes, it was crazy. Itunu maintained that lead for a long time. It was slight, but it was there. I have no idea when it changed.
And safe to say that Twitter is a very good habitat for Kelvin because he's very active on that platform.
But so is Itunu Solis. I think so. Itunu Solis, eh? I think you are active on social media too. I follow both.
Twitter?
On Twitter, yes.
When I publish it.
Only when you publish articles. Okay, I know I follow both of them. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so let's move to Facebook.
So that is 40-30 as we speak. 40-30. 40-30. And now we go to Facebook.
And now we do. Well, on Facebook, we have the results ready. Well, Itunu garnered 72% of the vote.
Sarafina, we preempted. We saw it coming.
Yeah.
For the first time, Facebook is breaking with Twitter.
Because
usually they always
you cannot call. You cannot call. You don't know.
It's a divorce.
I would have been surprised if both platforms
had gone the same thing.
I would have been surprised because this is the sort of battle where I might just give this person because you don't even know.
Interesting. And what that means is that Itunu leads 50-30.
Yeah.
50-30. Tony. Even Tony cannot.
Now he put himself on this one.
He can. It depends on what he depends.
Okay. All right.
So
Tony.
Femi, it could be down to you. Just for the record.
No, don't make it down to me.
It could be. I'm just saying.
Decide what you wanted to decide before we went to social media.
Yeah.
I know you had made up your mind.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
No, Femi, don't say that. I like to vote his vote.
I'm under pressure.
I like to vote.
I'm under pressure.
Mr. Femi,
Femi said don't change your mind. Are you in his mind?
You're putting me under pressure.
Femi, are you in his mind? How can you tell what is in his mind?
Please, I want some air. Please.
Okay, do whatever you like.
Can everybody leave the studio, please?
Now you tell the show.
Anyways, well, let's get down to business. Well, Femi, this is a classical, really, of battles, of a battle now, particularly. And this is why the FATG fan battle keeps getting better. Kelvin started really strong. I loved his sayings. Really original. You know, the both of them basically had the aesthetics of a good argument. The quotes, you know, the allusions. Itunu, just to correct something, when you started, you said, I am not here to convince you that the Premier League is the best, but I'm here to educate you. Please never make that kind of mistake again. That was your premise. It was your premise. In argument, you can't joke with your premise. Now, it was obviously a mistake, probably, you know, the pressure. You are here to tell us the Premier League is the best. So it has to be your first premise. So it was a mix-up from you, a big blow for you. But you went on into the argument, you grew, you talked about the Premier League, you compartmentalized football, and you established the fact that for every of this department, the Premier League has done enough to be better than others.
Before you go on, I was just going to say that, I caught that too when he said it. My impression at the time was that he was fixated on his opponent and not the audience, not on the judges. You see, and again, he knows what he had in mind. I thought he was looking at Kelvin and saying, Kelvin, look, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just going to educate you. And because he said educate you, I know he wasn't trying to educate the audience or the judges. So, but even then, as you said, semantics and, of course, perception.
Absolutely.
You picked that, and that was brilliant, you did, because I noted it too.
All right. Well, you talked about viewership. You talked about the Ballon d'Or winner, the first coming from the English Premier League. You talked about UEFA coefficients. I felt you could have done more with UEFA coefficients. As we stand, by the ratings, the coefficients, the Premier League is topping at the moment. I felt you should have come into this argument to say, listen, there is no argument. The guys who drink and eat football have done the maths, and they've given us a stand already. I felt you could have really dug deep into the UEFA coefficients, which takes a lot of symmetrics and indices to bring together. Well, you didn't do that enough, but you know, you did good enough.
He did mention that they've led for like 5 years now, but you know, and again, the argument could be during the 5-year period where Real Madrid have won, you know, 3 or 4 titles, but the Premier League have still been there at the top. So you are right. I mean, he should have done a lot more with that.
And well, for Kelvin, I really like the rebuttals where he came up with the classical views. That's a no-brainer. You know, no Premier League game have got more views. It's the most viewed football game club now in the world, the classical. That was brilliant from you, Kelvin. That was brilliant. You went about with more Ballon d'Ors. I love the fact that you roped it 20 years. In the last 20 years, the Premier League, you know, yet to win more than half of European Cups, the Champions League, the Europa League. I love the fact that you also mentioned Ballon d'Or winners. I love the fact that you asked him when was the last time a player in the Premier League, you know, won the Ballon d'Or. His rebuttal also was decent, talking about, oh, you winning it the first time back in the 50s, and now it's still the same. But in terms of the regularity, there have been more, you know, winners of the Ballon d'Or away from the Premier League. You even talked about the Serie A having more than the Premier League. That was also another brilliant point. You made a mistake. You said Salah scored 32 goals in his first season. Did he? He didn't. As a matter of fact, Salah struggled in the Premier League after making that loan move from Brazil.
It could be that he was referring to when he joined Liverpool. I think he was referring to Liverpool.
He said in his first season in the Premier League, he didn't score 32 goals in his first season. He actually struggled. Caught up much later after that move to Liverpool. So just to correct that. But yet again, just like we saw in the first battle, you know, it's like a game. It's like boxing. It's like a sport. Somebody has to lead and somebody is attacking. The other person is defending. In this argument, Itunu led the charge. He was very commanding. I really loved his composure, you know, the way he used words and all of that. Kelvin was... Now, it's important to note that depending on how you look at it, this argument may slightly tilt in favor of Itunu, given that at the moment, the Premier League is where everybody wants to be. It has the most elitist manager in the game. So you could say on the balance, he's got a bit more balance by the virtue of the argument. But I really love the fact that Kevin dug deep, told us about stats, told us about records, told us about titles, and all of that. That was good. Good ending for both of them. I can't say any did better than the other in their final takes. Unfortunately, none of them really talked about the quality of football. I didn't hear anybody talk about that.
Yep.
The quality.
And that should have been advantage, Calvin.
Nobody talked about that. The quality of football. Nobody talked about the commentaries.
I think Itunu tried mentioning the commentaries towards the end of that.
When he said, "Are you not entertained?"
Even the
I was actually, you know, what could have also won this for Itunu was talk about that Aguero commentary. Aguero.
The commentaries, the branding. Yeah, he talked about a bit about the branding, but you know, listen, it's an argument. You can't say everything. I think it's important that we note that. There's some things you will leave out and all of that. But, Femi, I don't think they are losers tonight. Nah. None of these guys have lost or will lose. It'll just be a case of one having to go forth. Well, because, well, the competition is tailored to always have one person in front after every battle. And I will go from the bottom of my heart. I will go Kelvin.
Wait, so all this thing where you talk finish?
You 6 hours.
All these things.
6 hours.
You still put us for here.
6 hours.
Mr. Femi, this boy should be suspended.
Agricultural analysis.
And I recommend it. Because all of these things, you still put us here. My God.
Femi is down to you now.
Tony, you did this on purpose.
I didn't.
Boss, this boy is a Miloko.
I didn't.
All right. Okay, so it's 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50 split. If any battle in Fan Battle Season 3 was deserving to be split 50-50, it had to be this one. You know, it essentially had everything. Is it perfect? There will probably never be the perfect battle or perfect debate, but it had everything what, you know, a neutral will want to see. So I'd like once again to applaud both individuals, Kelvin and Itunu. You guys have done tremendously well, and it's fitting that it's close to call. You guys also broke social media for the first time, splitting the votes on social media. It hasn't happened. It'll be interesting. Now I have to make a decision, and it's a tough decision. I will make it based on one criteria, on the majority carrying the vote, because I am torn between the two individuals. I love them both. I want to hear them both, and tonight it was a battle worthy of a final. I gave 6 minutes to that battle. I have never gone beyond 5 minutes in any season of Fan Battle ever. Before I go into that, I'll read some of the comments. Getting the contestants to say so much will be possible only if they are given more time. I feel Femi talks a lot more than even the contestants. And I think he also preempts the judges and voters while trying to explain how the decisions swing. For a program that lasts 2 hours plus, contestants only get to speak for 12 to 15 minutes max. There may be a need to give more time, especially in the head-to-head segment. I always enjoy the analysis of the in-house judges. Great job, people. That's KK from Yaba. KK, thank you very much for that. And we've noted some of the things you've pointed out. In the knockout stages, for instance, the head-to-head will be 5 minutes. The head-to-head was reduced from 5 minutes in season 1 to 2 minutes in season 2 by audience requests. Because when it was 5 minutes, a lot of time it was just 5 minutes of noise. Most of the time, noise. And sometimes it wasn't enjoyable and too many people complained. We reduced it to 2. And if you notice, most times, almost every time, I add an additional 1 minute minimum to it, especially if the debate is worthy of it. For this season, we had decided we'd start with 2 minutes and add to it, if possible, and the knockout stages go the full 5 minutes, including increasing the number of phone voters in the knockout stages. So I just wanted to put that there. But you do have a point. We need to hear them more. But our conversations are in boxes of 25 odd minutes each per hour. And there are so many indices, plus ads, plus the fact that a lot of people want to do other things. And it's not just them talking. If we do not introduce them to you properly, you probably won't know who is who. We go to great lengths to describe these individuals, even have conversations with them so that you know them more. That way, you get to know them, their names stick more in their head. If they are just going head to head and we give them to shout at each other for 30 minutes, you won't even remember their names, which is why I have to paint those pictures. I hope my explanation suffices. I like that. Now, and just to buttress what I just said, here's another message just coming in now, 9:55. I suggest the head-to-head should be scrapped, or none of them should shout over each other. Please, let's one keep quiet and allow the other person talk. That's Emmanuel from Lekki. So again, to our the last guy
from Yaba.
From Yaba, you understand where we are coming from. We are cutting down the time to avoid people. Radio is not like TV. There's an argument on TV. You can see the people, body language. It's easier for you to manage. On radio, you just hear noise. It's not great if you are not following. If you just stumble on the station and two people are shouting at each other, your first reaction will be to tune off. So, which is why we decided to limit it. But the head-to-head format is one that stands out the fan battle from every other debate. It's also the nature of football. Very argumentative. It's organic. It's the way it is. Okay? We'll see. Yes. And the rest of it are people preferring one person. And somebody said, "Hello, Mr. Femi, good evening. Please, how did these two guys get to meet at this stage? Because really, I don't want to lose any of them at this stage." That's Johnson from Satellite Town. Please keep on doing the good work, Femi and the gang. I'm really entertained. Thank you very much. So that said, it's time for me to vote. It's 3 minutes to the hour. And I will vote, like I said, based on popular decision. Reason being that it was split, and understandably so. But I noted something. During the calls, we took 7 calls. Itunu won 5 of the 7. On social media, Kelvin took Twitter. And I'd like to see the percentage points again. 55 to 44. 55 to 40. 55.2 to 44.8. close. Facebook. Itunu took Facebook by a wider margin, 72 to 28%. And when we came to the panel, Sarafina went for Itunu, Chidebere and The Voice went for Kelvin to even the scores. But I'm going to take my reference will be Chidebere saying, I'm not voting because I feel one is better. I am voting to even the scores. So I will then nullify Chidebere's vote, because I'm not nullifying it that it doesn't count, it counts, but I'm going to give, because he didn't make his mind based on a determination that one person was better than the other. It was based on him, let's even it, because at that time Itunu was leading by 40 to 20. So I would say Sarafina went to Itunu because she believed Itunu had something. She made her mind to go for Itunu, even when Itunu was leading by 20 at the time. Tony sounded like he was going to Itunu, and then he went to Kelvin, you know, and I would leave it at that. I would say the panel is split. I will leave it at that. And split between Sarafina and Tony. And while Chidebere voted for Kelvin, he just wanted, he could have gone either way. So by virtue of that, and it's hard for me to do this, but I must do it, I personally, as Femi, will not, I will struggle to hand it one way or the other to either guys. So I would just stay above board and let the audience be the determination, because the audience gave it to Itunu via phone call, and because on social media, Twitter gave it to Itunu by a margin that was greater than the margin by which Twitter gave it to Kelvin. I will go for Itunu on the night. I will go for Itunu on the night as having won this battle. But make no mistake, it's not to belittle what Kelvin did. Both of you guys were awesome, and I thought you brought the fire. Kelvin was the first speaker, and he went straight out of the box, and he meant business all the way. I wouldn't want it to seem like he's fallen short. No, Kelvin hasn't fallen short. He's been impressive so far. Kelvin, remind me, what was your last battle like?
So it was against Lima.
Lima.
Yes.
How did that end?
She won 60-40.
60-40.
Yes.
Another close one.
Yes, she won via social media.
Via social media. Itunu, how did your first battle go?
It was with Nenye.
And how did it end?
I won. The judges voted for me, but she won social media.
Yes. Okay.
I think it was 80-20.
Yeah. So you got the judges' vote on that occasion.
And calls.
Yes. I would say congratulations to you, Itunu. This is the first in this series that I'm having to split. It ended 50-50. I am going slightly in your favor because I'm voting on the side of the audience tonight. I may not always vote that way, but that's how I choose to vote on this night, because, again, there was just so much quality that both of you brought into the conversation. It was hard for me to decide one way or the other. So congratulations. How do you feel?
Mr. Faye, I don't even know what to say right now. I wasn't expecting this kind of...
you didn't think he will come at you like this?
I didn't. I'm not. In fact, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Nobody loses this battle.
Yeah.
He deserves it as well as I do.
I like your spirit of sportsmanship. Kelvin, well, again, I don't feel like you lost, and I don't want you to feel like you lost. Tell me how you're feeling, though.
I'm disappointed, but yes, I'll take the lessons, because I made a few mistakes. There were points that I wrote out or I omitted, my strong points that I should have said, but then hopefully I get the chance to redeem myself.
All right. So congratulations to you, Itunu. Applause are in order. You go straight to the round of 16. And at this time, judges, we have to make a decision for who tops tonight's battle between Itunu in the second battle and, of course, Shegun in the first.
Itunu.
That's a one-way traffic, surely.
So, Itunu, you not only win the night, you go as top of the pile in round 2's battle. So congratulations once again. I think you deserve the applause you got. You will go up against one of the losing finalists, depending on how it goes. All right? Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate the judges for their vote.
All right. Beautiful. For Kelvin, however, it's decision time. Between Kelvin and, of course, Benjamin. One of these two individuals would have to leave the battle tonight. Gentlemen, ladies, your call.
Kevin stays.
Kelvin's got to stay.
Chidebere.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a popular decision. I'll keep Kelvin. Unfortunately, I've forgotten his name. Is Benjamin. Yeah, I was after his argument. I was hoping that we don't have a battle that's as this that can just erode everything he did in his first battle. But unfortunately, this battle was close, epic, to say the least. So yes. Unfortunately, I thought Benjamin also had a good one, a good one, but
on the strength of the field tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's only fair that Kelvin stays because it could have been Kelvin winning and topping the group, So yeah.
So congratulations, Kelvin. Just to be clear, you have been kept in the battle to go into the playoffs, where there will be 6 individuals fighting for 4 spots. I can tell you the individuals you'll be going up against, and that will be on Friday. Amongst them, Molat from the first night. Amongst them, Augustine David. Amongst them, Molat from the first night, Femi, the pundit, the great pundit, from the second night of round 2. Amongst them, I think Augustine David was saved 2 nights ago, and he will be battling there. Amongst them, last night, Ifeanyi was knocked out, and in the end, Tochukwu was kept in the battle. Tochukwu is also there, and you join that hunt now.
That list is strong.
That very strong field.
Very strong
field. And tomorrow, the last 2 battles of the second round are between Adenike and Daniel, and between Lima and Success.
Lord.
That will be a strong field. One person too will join that battle. But I can tell you one thing for a certainty. If you come in with the same fire with which you came in tonight, then it's going to be hard for you to not succeed on Friday. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So well done. You have done the job as best you could tonight. We would leave it there. There's also one implication. We allowed Benjamin to go home earlier on because he's a family man and couldn't keep him here too long. But I'm afraid tonight his battle ends here.
Maybe I
You could be 4 debates away from 1 million naira. is our ever attentive audience.
For your crown expert, and if you be the session, between just ordinary info FM, click back to differ for auditions 2022.